everyone, welcome back to another episode of Friends from Work. I'm Tom, this is Sean, and on today's episode we are going to be discussing the most anticipated shows of 2023. Before we get into that, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Friends from Work _podcast. The link is down below. Other than that, we're just going to get right into it. So I got my list right here, and we're going to kind of go off of it. I know I'll start it off, and then if Sean has some notes he likes to bring up, obviously we're going to let him speak because we are co-hosts. So I am actually really excited for Mandalorian. I think season 3 is going to be really interesting. It really left off in Boba Fett. Like Mandalorian season 2 was kind of obviously before that, but it kind of left off in Boba Fett. So, what do you think is going to really happen in this? You're more knowledgeable with Star Wars. I just kind of know Mando.
Well, what I'm guessing, he's going back to Mandalore, right? That's what it's called. It's not called Mandalore. I forgot what their home planet's called.
Mandalore, I don't know.
No, it's not. It's going to really but he's going back to the Mandalorian's home planet to find something. I forgot. He's got to find something because he's got to get his honor back because he took his helmet off, right?
Yeah.
So he's got to go on some kind of quest to find some kind of Mandalorian artifact on the home planet. He also has a Darksaber, which makes him the king of that planet as well.
Is that what that means?
Yes.
Okay.
It means you're the ruler of those people, of the Mandalorians. The Mandalorians, I forgot what race they are. They're like a subgroup of the race, but having the Darksaber makes you the leader.
Oh, okay.
That's why at the end of that first season, she was like, I need to be the one to kill Moff Gideon because you have to kill the guy who has it to take ownership of it. So, that'll be interesting. I'm very intrigued to see how they play that. I hope Ahsoka's in it. That should be very interesting. I'm assuming more Mandalorians are going to be in it.
Yeah, obviously. That's actually coming out February of 2023, so we should be seeing that very soon.
Some clips and stuff, too.
Oh, yeah. I think trailer probably drop around December is my guess.
Yeah, Grogu's back as well.
Oh, yeah. Do you think he's going to age at all? No.
Not anything considerable. Not this time. Maybe next time.
We'll see. Hopefully.
We have no idea how they age, when the aging occurs.
Right.
And
they said he's like a teenager.
Yeah.
He's like 3,000 years old or something.
Yeah,
It's something ridiculous. I'm very excited for that. But one thing I really want to get into, I'm going to save it because I think it'll be a really good conversation. But let's go into Loki. He's a huge Loki stan. If you watched our Disney episode, you saw him kind of just nerd out about it.
I don't remember that. But I'm very ready for Loki. It's also going to have a lot to do with what's going on in the MCU universe as well. So that's also why I'm really ready for it to come out so we can see some of these dominoes fall. I thought Loki personally was my favorite one out of all of them. I thought it was just very good, beginning to end. The action was good. The main characters are good. I thought the ending was really good. And it left a very open ending where he's now in a different universe, different timeline, different timeline.
It just kind of reset. Like it's kind of like a new season 1.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, so
just back to square one.
Yeah, and I'm assuming Kang's going to be in it, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think so because I know I said this in a Disney episode too. I was like, he's going. Kang is in Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania. Yeah. He's going to be a big part of that. So I have to look up when that comes out. When does that come out?
Right? I'm guessing
Quantumania.
Yeah.
You think at the end of this year or is it early next year?
I'm assuming
Loki comes out
early next year.
Because Loki...
If it was coming out this year, we just saw some commercials by now.
True.
Maybe.
Because they did announce it at...
Because they've been showing Wakanda stuff.
Yeah.
So, they've been showing that for about 3 months now.
True.
I'm guessing it'll be like February or March or something.
Because Loki season 3 comes out summer of 2023.
Yeah.
So...
It'll probably be before that.
Oh, like set before that?
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't know if it's set before that. I think it'll come out before that. Like, be on screen. I don't know if...
Like Ant-Man and Wasp?
Yeah.
Then Loki?
Well, when it's set... Well, yeah, Ant-Man and Wasp first, then Loki. Ant-Man and Wasp, it'll be before the summer of 2023, I'm sure.
Okay.
Or what is it? Yeah, next summer. So, yeah, it'll be before then.
Yeah, they have there's a lot of Disney shows coming out.
Yeah, I was telling him, I was looking what's coming out 2023. It was all like Marvel or Star Wars.
Yeah, but they do got some solid series coming out. I'm semi-intrigued. I'm more intrigued now versus season 1 just because of the stuff we've seen and the stuff that's developed behind the scenes and discussions you see on Twitter boards and stuff like that. You just see a lot of discussion going on what Kane's really going to do. He's kind of getting more knowledge. So I'm very excited now more so for season 2 just to see because we saw season 1 what the effect it did with this whole this whole new phase.
Yeah, the TVA was really cool too, and learning all about them. So
they did not give a shit about that.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting if or maybe Kang won't even be there. He'll be out doing something, and he left those in charge.
But yeah, I'm very intrigued with that series. One we have two. We'll do a little back to back here. We have Agatha and Echo coming out. They really didn't say a date, but it's supposed to be late 2023. So I'm guessing the fall. I don't know which one would come first. Maybe Echo. I don't know, but it's supposed to be late. So I would say sometime fall, winter.
I've been looking into Agatha. I think the plot's going to be something like in the comic books, you know how Wanda's been going off by her kids. She lost them. They never were born, actually. She made them up, imagined them. In the comic books, when all this happens, the coven that Agatha's with, they use all their magic to impregnate her, to give her two babies. Agatha and it's the other. I'm trying to think of the Mephisto, I believe.
Mephisto,
yeah. They are from like a certain coven that lives. I believe it was the town name that she took over.
Yeah.
They use their powers to impregnate her with two babies. So I'm thinking Agatha might be something like that. So to just put an end to close that loop where like she stops doing that. She's going crazy. Yeah. Because what's the point of having Agatha show if Wanda's not going to be in it? I would be shocked if she wasn't in it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. After thinking about more, I think Agatha's going to act as the WandaVision season 2, so to speak.
Yeah, probably.
Where maybe we'll probably see the White Vision come back in somehow. And
we were just talking about that. When are they going to bring White Vision back?
Yeah, because they just kind of left it in the air. Yeah. She just disappeared, and no one, not even Kevin, no one said, I have not seen anything about White Vision.
And Vision's like the most powerful being in the world now.
He's just
like Thanos is dead.
Yeah,
like
he's gone. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go stop at KFC.
Fly around and do whatever I want.
Yeah. But yeah, what else we got here?
Echo too. I didn't.
Oh yeah,
you said Punisher was going to be an Echo. Daredevil will probably be an Echo.
Daredevil's going to be everywhere.
Kingpin's probably going to be in it, so that'll probably be interesting. I don't know who was asking for an Echo series, but I'm assuming they're just using it as a vehicle to put all these characters in.
Yeah.
That maybe I'm guessing they just, like we've discussed before, I just think they don't have enough source material for Punisher storyline.
Yeah.
So they're probably just going to do other shows and jam them in there because we want to see them.
Yeah, and I agree. I think 2 seasons was enough. He disagrees. He thinks 1 season was enough.
A Punisher?
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I didn't really. I thought he was better when he was starring in Daredevil.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go into. Is like he's really good. You can really see him shining in the subplot. Because I mean, his arc is done, so to speak. Like
it's just a weird one where it's just like
if it's a solo series, I think he's really good because he's known in the comics to just kind of pop up.
Yeah.
And obviously issues.
I just think like 10 or 12 episodes is too many because his end goal is comparatively to everybody else is just tedious. Like, oh, kill this guy.
Yeah.
Like
that guy.
And like I'm just gonna murder. Like I'm gonna murder him the best way. Like he will literally just blow you up if he has to. It's like Daredevil's like gotta kill people like stealthily or like he's gotta like kill your image first. Like he's gotta expose you. Like he's not even trying to expose people. He's just literally trying to shoot you in the head. So it's like there's really no mystery to the story. I like John Bernthal a lot. I thought he does a great Punisher. I just think they're tired. Like I don't know what the next season would be about. Like
I agree. I think he should just kind of
some
pop
other
up.
guy he wants to kill. Yeah,
I think he should kind of just keep popping in and out of series and then kind of get intertwined, so to speak.
Well, he's going to be in Armor Wars.
Echo,
you said he's going to be in.
Yeah, because
Shock. He's taking Jessica Jones' place. You said I'd be shocked if he's not in Daredevil.
I'd be very surprised
if Kingpin's in Hawkeye. I think he might even be in Hawkeye.
Yeah. I think they're kind of doing categories again. Kind of looking at phase 1. I think they're kind of reconstructing like the type of the superhero categories. Like they're really honing in on the street level ones, and you have our mystical ones. Like I think they're all. I think they're finally they're kind of finally organizing it properly, so then we can all see everyone shine in the light at proper level. Not get like, oh, let's put Daredevil with Doctor Strange. Like, how the hell does that make sense? Like, you think I love Daredevil, but you think he's gonna fight?
There's no point.
Yeah, like it just doesn't make sense. So I think they should take this time to reorganize and restructure all these superheroes properly, so they can.
And they have time to with these shows. They can really dive into them, and like you don't have to put them in. Now you don't have to put them in movies for people to see them because people want to see them. We can just do your own show, or be on somebody else's show.
Yeah, very true. Like I said, with all these former Netflix actor or characters,
because I'm sure for years they've been trying to think of how to get She-Hulk in.
Yeah.
Or they were probably just like.
I want to go into that with She-Hulk. Actually, I'll save it. I'll save it.
I mean, they really. It's not. I'm assuming it won't be in 2023, the new season.
Yeah,
so.
no, I don't. Yeah, I want to save all my ideas and thoughts for.
When's that end? This week, right?
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more. Yeah. So we also have. This is unconfirmed, but I do want to bring this up because if you've noticed, a lot of these episodes kind of related to Disney and Marvel, so I kind of want to branch out. But that's all that's happening right now.
Yeah,
really.
they really got this game in the chokehold.
Yeah, they do. Peacemaker is rumored to be dropping season 2 mid-January 2023. It is unconfirmed, but that was
mid-January.
Yeah. But that was the last time the first season came out, and they've been filming currently right now. Or they're about.
Well, I mean, if they're filming right now, then if they're filming now, I bet you they'll be done.
But regardless,
Peacemaker was great.
If not January, it should be the first quarter for sure.
I hope we do. Well, I'm not hope, but I'm sure we will do an episode. That was great. I'm really looking forward to another season of that. I honestly, out of all the superhero shows, if I had to pick one, I'd say that one was the best one.
Yeah.
Even better than any of the Disney shows, really. I liked it a lot. It was hilarious. The action was great. It was, like I said, it was also rated MA, so he can do other stuff. John Cena fucking nailed it.
He killed
I thought he was funny in Suicide Squad. I did not even like Suicide Squad.
I loved it.
His character was great.
I really like because John Cena wasn't like he loved this role. Like the whole press tour when he was promoting Peacemaker, he wore the costume to every single thing.
If you haven't seen that, I would highly recommend
You're
watching
sleeping.
That show was fire.
Watch it before the 100.
Yeah, it's the best thing DC's got out right now.
Yeah, I was about to say.
We'll reserve judgment for Black Adam, but I don't have my hopes very high.
It's supposed to come out like next week. I didn't realize.
Is it next week?
Yeah, like next week.
I thought it was Christmas.
No, it's like in a week or two. I just found it out yesterday.
I thought it was Christmas.
No,
it's before we'll come. Oh man, that's not smart.
Yeah.
I don't know though. People aren't looking for. I know people aren't very happy with Shuri being the.
Maybe that's.
Honestly, I would have done. Maybe we'll do it up. So I would have just brought Michael B. Jordan back and been like, "Hey, we put you in jail. We need you now."
They also have like 40 million timelines going on right now.
For life, I don't know why he wasn't in the Multiverse of Madness.
Even as just a cameo.
Not as a well, if you know the real Illuminati,
Black
Panther's in it, and it's like that would have been a dope time. Even if you do a CGI T'Challa, or I would have just because in theory he has a right to the throne.
Because there was also an empty seat there.
Yeah, like I don't understand why I would have put Michael B. Jordan in it and then been like next movie or brought him back or something like.
Or like even with that, like, we're gonna go on a rant here. It's off subject, but I really would have loved to see like even if they didn't want to put Michael B. Jordan in Wakanda for whatever, like they should have just put him there, like as like we're not in our hats. Like they did it with John Krasinski.
Yeah, John Krasinski,
Mr. Fantastic.
Well, no, like in the other Monica or the other Miss Marvel, they were just showing like an alternate timeline where like in this timeline. His dad was the king.
Yeah, like it was so blatantly
and
obvious.
He's the nephew too, so he's like an heir to the throne. So in theory, if T'Challa's dad never had a son, he would have been.
Yeah, it was
the
so
next
blatantly
king.
Obvious. They could have done that. I do not know why they didn't do that.
Yeah, that was odd to me. And everybody likes Michael B. Jordan too.
Yeah.
And, nothing against Shuri and the comic or whatever, but
it just feels rushed.
It's weird with the girl being the Black Panther.
I really do feel like they could have just waited and really thought of it. Hopefully, I obviously haven't seen the movie, so we're kind of casting judgment already. But I really think they should have took some time and really thought of a solid a new person to take the mantle.
I like the arc though. Namor and Black Panther have always had beef. If you know the comics, they always beef, and they're enemies and they're frenemies because they're both like super powered and they have their own. Like
royalty,
and
cities.
Like super civilizations where not only are they civilizations, they're just better than the human race. Like they got better ships, they got better weapons, so they're always at each other's necks. So I was glad to see Namor in there. It sucks that I can't think of his name now. Chadwick Boseman died and really put an end to the Black Panther arc. Really, that sucked. But hopefully they do a good job. I'm not hating on Shuri. It just
feels weird.
Yes, it's just weird.
It's a hard
when Riri Williams takes over and is flying around in Iron Man suit, we're all gonna feel some type of way too. Yeah. So
it's a
pill to swallow.
It's
but that was a little off topic. But I hope the movie's good. I'm definitely gonna go see it. So
yeah, there's a lot of shows coming out too. Kind of trying to expect. I can't segue well, so we're back to shows. Let's see. I want to stay off Marvel for a bit because we can tangent about that all day. The Rick and Michonne TV Walking Dead spinoff is coming late 2023. I was reading into it. I thought initially it was a separate Michonne series and a separate Rick series. It was supposed to be 3.
So what? No more movies?
No, they canceled that. It's
all the movies, and they're going to be shows, or that was going to be the movies.
I'm pretty sure that was going to be the movies, but they're turning into a limited series. I think it's like 6.
And that's coming out in 2023.
Probably fall.
I've been missing Rick.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a limited series. I think it's 6 episodes or 8 episodes, one of those two. But it's Rick and Michonne. It's probably gonna be like Michonne's finding him and showing Rick wherever the hell he's been at. Probably from picked up where it left off with him, showing the civilization he's been living at, and then Michonne trying to find him. Because obviously this didn't happen in the comics, so they're just making this up entirely.
Well, this didn't happen in the comics, so I don't know. It's very weird. I'd be glad to see Rick back though, in whatever form or fashion that is. But I don't really like The Walking Dead. Hopefully
Walking
it's good.
Dead's
I hope
gone.
it's no other show is like they literally like one by one killed off every character we liked. Like they're like, who's the best character everybody likes? Let's kill him. Bam, bam, bam.
They did. It was like, and for no reason. like
Michonne's leaving. Like what? Like why is Michonne leaving?
Yeah.
Like in the comics she leaves, but she doesn't have Rick's baby. She's not taking care of Rick's daughter. Like Carl's still
She's not a part of
she
the
was
family.
just Ezekiel. In the comics she was Ezekiel's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then she left with like the women who fish.
Yeah, the fisher. Yeah.
Yeah, she left with them, and she basically lived with them.
Yeah, but Walking Dead.
But I did not know that. I'm definitely gonna watch. I'm not very happy with what Walking Dead's done, but hopefully, with Rick being back, it'll be back to their old ways.
Expect a delayed episode regarding The Walking Dead because I'm probably not going to watch until the last season comes out on Netflix. I watched season 9, they're doing season 10. Whatever the previous season was, I finished all that. It was god-awful. But this season, don't expect us to get right on it because, like I said,
we're going to wait till it's done.
Yeah.
Because it's almost done. If it wasn't, if they had another season to come, we might have did something, but might as well let the garbage finish so we can throw it out.
Yeah, it just Walking Dead is an unfortunate tragedy. But they've kind of beat the horse a little too much at this point. So other series we got coming out. Snowfall. He actually put me onto that. This is their final season. It is coming out fall of 2023. Did you finish?
Yes,
okay.
I finished now. I'm caught up all the way now, but this season was kind of slow.
It was a little too soap opera.
Yeah, it was a lot of weird shit happening.
Yeah, the last few
Tiger, right?
Yeah, like the last few episodes were pretty decent, but it was like
I mean, there's just good acting. The guy who plays the main character, he's a great actor, so he kind of
his arc has been dope as hell.
Yeah,
like,
he kind of makes up like his growth and his monologues kind of make up for some of the shitty writing and soap opera things that happen.
Well, because the original creator and writer of it passed away.
So
the last
John
season.
Singletary.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see how they close it up.
I'm glad they are wrapping it up though. I was kind of worried they're gonna.
Yeah, they're just dragging it. Like
I was kind of worried.
I think honestly, I think they could have ended Snowfall maybe a season ago, and it would have been like a classic. Like for like you know what I mean? Like open ended it. Like even like you don't know
even
how
with this season because it did feel it was really dragging.
Yeah, like I just think they're just gonna keep doing it till they ruin it. Like sometimes I like as much as I want to see more of it, I just think the Snowfall's like young kid mentality. I would have just like ended it when he got older. Like you know what I mean? Like you never know what happened. Maybe he got that would have been even the better ending where like people for ages are just talking about, do you think he got locked up? Do you think he kept going? Things like that. Do you think he became a kingpin? Think he got out clean? Yeah. And I just think they're keep doing it until they push themselves into a corner for a shitty ending that we're not gonna like.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be a pretty mediocre to predictable ending. Yeah. This previous season was probably it was the worst one.
Yes. It wasn't that awful though.
It's not like god awful.
They set a high bar. They have a high comparatively. They have a high bar, so it's like, oh, this kind of like you said. It became Snowfall's like really realistic. It always had like this really gritty, realistic vibe, and this one didn't feel like that.
When John Singleton passed, you can kind of feel what this season is like. He had a specific direction, and maybe he didn't share enough. Yeah, and like now they're kind of doing like the standard. They have formulas, and if you watch this season, it just feels very TV formula. Like where it's like, okay, we're gonna do like, oh, the family doesn't like this part, this and that. Like the tension was there, but like kind of like it just felt like they just kind of went back to like a standard TV thing where it just doesn't really hit
Yeah.
and it's not as creative. They've kind of
I agree. It was like more of a network, like drug show.
Yeah.
Like, and those never work because they're corny. So that's why I think I hope they don't mess it up, and I hope they don't make a super shitty ending.
No, and luckily with Snowfall they never do a lot of episodes. It's like 10 episodes, maybe 12. So I mean, I think it'll have an okay ending, but I think the original ending, whatever John Singleton planned, clearly it's not going to match it. Next on this list, we actually do have. I don't know if you watch this, but I'm actually very excited for it. All of Us Are Dead. I told you about it. It's the creator who made Train to Busan. Mm-hmm. The show was about.
It was the high school kids, right?
High school kids.
I never watched it. I don't know why.
It was so good.
But Tom told me it had Train to Busan vibes in a high school, basically.
Yeah.
So that sounds pretty awesome. Train to Busan, if you haven't seen it.
It was amazing.
Is a very good zombie movie.
Even their sequel they did, or like I guess the spin-off, because it was like Train to Busan presents whatever. They made a sequel. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, something else. I watched that. I can't remember.
Good.
It was good. Yeah. I forgot what it's called.
But yeah, basically, if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. I'll kind of give a non-spoiler review of season 1. If you like shows that don't give a shit about their characters, this is that show.
That's just Korean horror TV.
They do really good with that.
Yeah.
They don't care. Like, if you're like, oh, you love this character? I don't care. Die. Like, everyone dies. Like, that's what I really enjoy about that is, like, they did not care about that, any of the characters, so to speak. Like, you developed a relationship with them. You kept watching, intrigued. Bam, dead. Bam, dead. Bam, dead. Like, and it gave. I mean, I'm still watching Game of Thrones on the final season. By the way, go me. Like they would show like certain characters and like, oh, we're gonna see that. You're so used to American TV, and just go, oh, you're gonna see this person in this season.
Yeah.
Like next like 20 minutes they're dead, and then they don't even highlight it. It's like that person's dead. Okay, well we're moving on. Like they do not care. Like
maybe I'll watch it. I did like Train to Busan. There's a few other Korean or Japanese horrors that I like, so maybe I'll get some time.
Yeah, I would highly recommend watching season 1. Season 2, I'm intrigued because I thought it was kind of over. I thought it was a one-off thing, too. I thought so, too, because they said this. It was funny because the show said they also had the Train to Busan movie. It didn't actually happen. Or it did happen, excuse me. It's in the same universe as Train to Busan, and it's like years after or something like that, a couple years after, and there's like, oh, this is not going to happen to us. And it basically, after watching our Resident Evil episode and just the pandemic aspect of it, it's basically how Resident Evil should go with zombies. How they do in the video games, very big pandemic.
And they just block off the city. Yeah. And they block off whatever city it starts in, and they never let it get out. And it's like a story.
Yeah, it's really good. I would highly recommend watching it. Season 2, it's supposed to be dropping, let me read it again, early 2023. So first quarter is my guess. I'm not going to shut up about it. I would highly recommend it. It's extremely refreshing zombie show. Clearly after Walking Dead's horrific downfall. So yeah, I would highly recommend watching that immediately. Rewatch it 4 times over. I haven't even done that, but be better than me. Alrighty, staying on zombies. The Last of Us, probably my most anticipated show of this year.
Yeah, me as well. I won't say most anticipated, but I'm very looking forward to it.
Yes. Oh, actually, it's actually tied. We'll get to Wildsign in a little bit here. The Last of Us, late 2023. Pedro Pascal is playing Joel. I am very excited for this series. I assume it's limited, right?
I think so. I don't know.
I
don't know if they said anything. I don't think they'll come out and back themselves into a wall because if people love it, they're doing another one.
Yeah,
so,
that's very true.
So I know they're not going to say limited series. And I'm guessing people are going to love it. Pedro Pascal is awesome.
I have not seen a bad role.
Yes, he's great, and Joel is a very important character in this story. So I think he's going to kill it. And I think everybody's going to want to see another season.
I've also seen, by the way, I'm going to talk to you Twitter right here, you and me. Everyone on Twitter was like, oh, my God, he didn't say this right. He's not going to play the character. He's not going to sound like the guy who played Joel. Like, that was a voice actor. The little minute complaints I've seen on Twitter are ridiculous. Like,
it has a good fan base, though, so people are definitely going to complain. People love that game.
But Pedro Pascal ain't messing around when it comes to
he's a great actor, so I trust that he's going to do a great job. It's a pretty good, like, post-apocalyptic story.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll put their own spin on it.
And it looks really accurate, too, like with the clickers and stuff like that. They really showed they showed what they look like.
Yeah.
The prosthetics were very well done. I'm very very excited. Like I said, I play. Growing up, this game, I never got to play it till like years later because I just never had a PlayStation. I always had Xbox, Team Xbox. I guess until recently because all the games have been. Whoa, throw it outside. Oh, God. I told him.
I'm Team Xbox, too.
But yeah, until recently, I never played. A lot of good games are coming out on PlayStation recently.
Oh, I have a PlayStation. I've always had one, and I played The Last of Us. I watched The Last of Us 2. I didn't really play it.
I watched. It was funny. Shout out the Rad Brad. He's like the OG like walkthrough guy. I watched it when it came out on PS3. I watched the remastered on PS4, and then finally when I got my own PS4, I played it. I bought the remastered version. I was a kid, so I got it for Christmas. I was like, I need the Last of Us remastered version. Don't give me just a PS4. I need to have Last of Us with it. And I finally played it, and then I played Last of Us 2. I have my complaints about that. Screw it, we'll get into it. With Last of Us 2, my biggest complaint, all they could have done is switch Ellie's with that blonde girl's story. If they did, the blonde girl first and then Ellie, I think that would have made the video game a lot better because they did Ellie first, finished her whole arc in that video game, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna start from beginning, and
from her point of view. Yeah,
I think they should have done the antagonist first, and then connect with Ellie.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's making noise. Ignore that. Sorry, my computer made noise. But yeah. Do you have anything else to say regarding
No,
Last
not
of
at all.
Us?
I'm very intrigued to see how it goes. I think it's going to be great. I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I think the cast they got is good. They're definitely a must watch for 2023.
Yeah, that's I'm very excited.
What's it, HBO, right?
HBO Max coming out
so
there. They're not gonna mess around. Alrighty, next on this list. I read a little into this because I wasn't too sure what it was. Star Wars Skeleton Crew, that is coming out fall of 2023. Actually, let me go grab my phone. Excuse me.
I don't know much about the Skeleton Crew. I'm not very looking forward to it. Bad Batch was, it was okay. People liked it. I thought it was pretty boring. But if it's going to be anything like Bad Batch, I probably won't be that interested.
No.
It's not animated?
No, this is a live action.
It sounds animated.
No, it's, let me read it off. Jude Law will be playing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a big name. So, I mean, they're not going to.
They're not going to mess around. It actually has a bigger budget than Mandalorian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Mandalorian was like $100 million. This one has like 138. But yeah, let me just read it.
What's the plot? Yeah, I'd like to.
The story will take place in the wake of the Return of a Jedi and will feature a coming of age story about children attempting to find their way home following the fall of the Empire. While there have been no other plot details revealed, the intrigue around the show is enough to get many Star Wars fans on board.
What kind of children? What children?
The Empire. I don't know. You're a Star Wars guy. I don't.
Yeah, well, that doesn't make sense. Like,
but I just.
So wait, the fall of the Empire, right? So that's Darth Vader losing.
No, the fall of the Empire, Return of the Jedi. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fall of the Empire, did he have some? I didn't know they had kids capture. What are these, like stormtrooper kids?
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe that. Yeah, I guess we'll see. But with Jude Law on a big budget, I'll give him some.
Yeah,
like Mandalorian's great. I wasn't super intrigued for the Mandalorian. Even after the first episode, I was like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. And then clearly,
they introduced Grogu and they had us. But so I guess I'll give it a shot. I thought when he said Skeleton Crew, honestly, it animated. Animated pops right in my head. Yeah. So I was thinking. But if it's not animated and Jude Law, I'm guessing he wants the bag to come back. So I know they're not going to waste a fucking TV show on him.
Okay, let me Google because I thought Jude Law was someone else entirely. Let me just Google who.
Jude Law's been acting since like the 90s.
Oh, this guy. Okay, holy shit.
It was in like You Got Mail and stuff. Like he's been a big TV star for a while.
Well, that was Tom Hanks.
No,
Tom Hanks was in You Got Mail.
With that woman then. What's
Meg Ryan?
Yeah, Meg Ryan and him, and let's see.
Only reason I know that is because in the other guys, he was like, I'm pretty sure Meg Ryan gave Tom. I'm not gonna try to quote it. This is not the show for it. But yeah, I'm actually really intrigued. There's not much kind of developed. I'm intrigued by it. It's not on my top 3 list here.
I wouldn't say top 3, but no, I'm also
intrigued.
very intrigued. Yeah,
like I said, I'll definitely watch. I gotta watch Andor. I've heard a lot of good things.
It's okay. I watched the first 3 now. It's all right.
We'll probably do a season.
I would say it gives me like Rogue One vibes, where like it's very good, well put together,
Okay.
interesting, but it's like you don't really care what's happening. Rogue One, I kind of cared. I just knew, so it was just like. But Rogue One is great. The ending was amazing, but it was just like really good. The dialogue was good. I just was kind of bored because I knew what was happening. So I didn't really care about anybody because I knew they're all gonna die. So.
Right. But yeah, I'm actually really I'm pretty intrigued with it just because of the name, and then just after Return of the Jedi. So yeah, if you want to watch that, go ahead. Let us know. We may be delayed with that. We'll see. We'll see. Like once they drop a preview, we can just be shitting on our future selves right here. Probably gonna obsess over it. Who knows? Who really knows? Alrighty, let's see. Let's go into this. Stranger Things. The final season is dropping summer of summer of 2023.
I'm so tired of Stranger Things. So tired of Stranger Things. I hate that I have to keep watching that show. It was okay. I'm glad to see it over. I think Stranger Things would have been better if they kept it to like when they were kids.
Yeah,
like,
well, I think that
I think they should have just jammed in like 4 seasons really quickly.
The huge reason was because it was right when they finished filming. COVID happened like right after. So
for what, season 1?
No,
that's what I'm talking about. Like season 1 and 2, I feel like they should have not took such a big break in between all of it.
Yeah,
because it's only 10 episodes. They're not even 10, were they? They're
but like they're huge ass production.
Well, I'm talking about the first. Yeah, I know they are, but still, like
I guess
I thought the lore of the show was them being kids, and the older they get, the less I care. Like that's just how I feel about it.
That's how I feel about this season. Like they're older now. I was like, it was cool when they were kids.
Yeah, like now it's like
they say like, oh, we're Outer Banks does this, but they still look like kids. Like they're like
at least they do look like kids. But
Outer Banks is like 30-year-olds. Oh, I'm 18, man. I'm about to be 18. Shut up. You haven't been 18 since 1948.
Like, this 18-year, like I don't know. I would love to go back watch season 1 of Outer Banks and just take a drink every time they said that. What's his name? John Boy or something like that.
John B.
John B. How many times it said he was 17?
Oh my god, it was ridiculous. Like at least with all the other shows, they say it once in like the initial things, like oh I'm 18 or whatever. Oh I'm this age, and they never bring
John
it up.
B. It was like
all of the
it must have let it know that all of his friends were 17 years old.
They're like, oh I'm not gonna be in college for another 4 years. What 4 years from 40 years ago? You old bastards! Like no, like that bothers me so much.
Sure, but again, Stranger Things was great. We also live in Illinois where that Stranger Things. Did you ever see that thing? That was here. That's probably like 5 minutes from here.
Well, Plainfield, right?
Yeah, it was in Plainfield.
Yeah. It's still up, right?
I know they took it down. The town said that it wasn't a violation, but then they eventually took it down from pressure from the neighbors because it's viral on TikTok. So I'm guessing people from all over Illinois are showing up.
Yeah, Plainfield is
probably, and like these neighborhoods around here, like with cars being packed up, and they were probably complaining like crazy. But the city did the town came to their defense and said, hey, they're not breaking any rules. But their neighbors probably were just sending them, being jerks. And,
Plainfield's the worst.
But
they got
I like Stranger Things. I've always liked it. I thought it was a great show.
I'm glad they are wrapping it up.
Yeah, they need to wrap it up. I don't know why they were sitting 2-3 years in between seasons.
Before COVID, I will agree with that. It took way too long.
I think COVID obviously makes sense, but I think they dropped the ball not getting this all done like before these kids turn 22 or whatever. What are they now?
Yeah, they're all about to be 20.
22, 20, they all can drink.
Yeah, but they are still young, so I will give them that. It's like accurate look-wise for the most part, kind of. Whatever. Anyways, did I really say my part?
No, I don't think you said anything.
With Stranger Things, I enjoy it. Like I said, I really enjoyed the last season. I mean, comparatively, this is probably the worst season, but that's with all shows. Obviously, the first 2 seasons are going to be better than the last 3. Just how it is, because you have fresh writing and you get to your story more. But with this, I will agree with Sean. I am glad they are wrapping it up. If they extended it more, it would have just been like any other show, really, because it would be adults.
That's what I'm saying. I thought Stranger Things and a lot of Netflix shows, I think TV shows in general, I think they're get too a little money hungry and they just try and beat a dead horse.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think Stranger Things would have been better if they tried to wrap it up in like 3 or 4 seasons. I'm not saying these last seasons have been bad. I'm just saying they could have tried to wrap it up. Like they did hour-long episodes in this one or hour and a half long. Why didn't you do that last season or the season before that? Nobody would complain. There's a 90-minute episode.
It wasn't even just one. It was like 3
Yeah, like I don't understand.
Like, Jesus. But yeah, I will say I feel like this season they should have ended up because they did it in parts too. It was weird. Netflix has been doing that a lot recently, and actually, it's
probably some algorithm stuff that they know
they want people on there longer. Because I'm gonna bring this back up, kind of segue into the next show. I like this show a lot. Third season, second season was a little shaky. You season 4 is coming back. Part 1 February 10th, part 2 March 10th, and it is on my top 3.
Wow, that's a short time in between parts.
Well,
they really just don't want everybody to binge it in the same
Yeah.
month. That's really what they don't want to do, because it clearly has to be done if they're like, if you're doing it too.
I want to bring this up. They announced once, like it was like a day or like a week after the show, or a day after, honestly, they announced season 4 like immediately. Like it was so fast. Like, so I'm really intrigued to see this, because they have an intention. They have a story they want to finish properly, and they made sure they announced season 4 right away. These dates they set in stone, like it says on the Netflix page, February 10th, March 10th. Like they have.
Yeah, that's probably some algorithm where they're like, we'll just spread this part just a little bit.
Well,
so
yeah, because
we get some more traffic
for
we get some traffic because people love you. So, and girls too.
Fire.
They don't work as much as us.
Season 1 was probably one of my out of all the season 1 I've seen, it's probably definitely up there, because I've never been like, whoa, like what.
Season 1 of you was
really
I remember
intense.
watching that with my wife. It was very intense.
Yeah, I was really enjoyable. I've never seen a show like that with that kind of season before. I probably have, but it was really refreshing. But I really am intrigued, because typically what you see right here is like some of these shows don't have confirmed dates, but I really like how you was like, hey, we're wrapping up this show. This is what's happening on these dates, and they announced it immediately, so you know they're not making up a bullshit story, or maybe they are. Who knows? I can be completely wrong, but I feel like if they announce it that fast within the week it came out, they have a specific story to tell, and I'm very intrigued and honestly excited to see what how they're going to wrap up the show, because I don't think they should go any longer. Season 1 was great. Season 2 is basically season 1, but they realized that, and then they fixed that with season 3, kind of recouped. So season 4, I think they're gonna.
I haven't seen season 3. I've seen 1 and 2.
Go watch season 3. It definitely recouped their mistakes in season 2. Season 3 was really intriguing, really interesting, really cool. Kind of not as good as season 1, but it kind of brought similarities of vibes from season 1. And so season 4, I'm really intrigued, because, like I said, they know what they have. They know they can only do it for so long, and they're going to wrap up the story properly. And I don't think they haven't really beat the horse dead that much, honestly.
Oh my God, I don't have much to say about you. I don't know how much I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably see it. Maybe I'll watch season 3 and see.
Yeah, you can pick at it now. You got time. So yeah, next on this list, we're getting through all this. Let's get back to Marvel for a sec. We have Secret Invasion. That's actually I'm really excited about. That's
very excited. The trailer and the clips they showed were amazing. So I'm very looking forward to that. Nick Fury is going to be the main character. Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson always puts on a show.
Yep.
I think it'll have some not Civil War. We were talking about it before. Winter Soldier vibes, where it's like dark and like espionage, getting stuff done behind the scenes. So, and I'm guessing there's gonna be a lot of cameos. Nick Fury's connected to everybody. They haven't dropped any, but even with all these people like She-Hulk and everybody, I would be shocked if some of these people aren't in them that we're seeing right now.
Well, minus that, and then also like there's Skrulls too, so they could be anybody. Yeah. And this is obviously a big budget. If you have Samuel L. Jackson, obviously you want to throw some stuff at it too. I think it's gonna be one of their darker series in the sense, not like super dark, but like
just like not lighthearted. Or,
kind of like
I'm sure there'll be goofy Disney moments.
A slightly lighter version of Multiverse of Madness. Like that's pretty dark.
Oh yeah, like I said, I would think like Winter Soldier is a good example. Winter Soldier is not light; it's like
pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy. It's dark. It's what I mean.
I would say emotionally dark. Yeah,
that's what I mean. I think it'll be like that, where like a lot of shit's happening behind the scenes, in the shadows, like going behind people's back and stuff like that.
So I'm very excited for that. I don't think they'll do another season. I think
no.
Yeah, no.
I'm assuming it's going to be like some
world.
Segue. That's a good word. World builder type of shit, or universe, or vehicle to get something going in the movies to get something going. Yeah.
I'm looking through the list right here. Oh my goodness! Wow, Sean's gonna fucking throat chop me if I forgot this. We have Umbrella Academy season 4, and actually is their final.
That is in 2023.
Yeah.
Wow! Didn't that just come out like
fall winter?
Yeah, that just came out, right?
Yeah, fall and winter of 2023.
I didn't even look that up because I just figured it'd be like 2 years because they usually do like
but no,
a year and a half.
This is their final season.
Oh wow, I didn't even know. That'll be great. Umbrella Academy, I think, is amazing.
I think it's really underrated.
Yeah, honestly. I think it's very underrated as well. It wasn't on my list of underrated because it wasn't over. I try not to do shows that were over. Shows that were still going on. But I think Umbrella Academy is great. They leave off on amazing cliffhangers.
Yeah.
Season, not to spoil too much, but season 1, 2, and 3 are great. I highly recommend. And I'm very much looking forward to season 4, especially where they left off. And like I said, they do a great job of ending a season and then jumping back into it where they're like, basically like they dive in and they explain everything. Like they're like, oh, this is what everybody's been doing the whole time. Basically everything you wanted to know. Yeah. Like sometimes they're like time jumps and they don't say anything. But in Umbrella Academy, they do. The first 2 episodes is them explaining what the family's been doing. So I'll be very, very interested in to see that. I'm very pleasantly surprised that it's going to be back because I thought it'd probably be 2 years in between. I think the last 2 were 2 years in between. Or a year and a half at least.
Yeah, something
and
like that.
It just came out.
But I'm pretty sure it's probably just because of...
They probably just shot them all really close.
Yeah, and I was also just thinking, like, again, bringing up COVID. I can just those
COVID, Five's getting older too.
Yeah.
They can't let him get too much older.
No, but he looks young, though. He's got... Like,
but his allure is him being, like, looking like a kid.
So funny, though.
He's so amazing. Funny. That's a great show.
That whole cast is great.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend it. I'm going to do this spoiler alert, because I do want to bring this up. I'll wave my hands again, so skip ahead to this when I'm doing this. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers with Umbrella Academy, just wait till I do this again, all right? All right, you're warned, so this is your fault now. So where they last left off on season 3, they all lost their powers, and everyone's like, all right, bye.
And they're back in the future. Or back in a different, I always say future, but back in the present, but in a different timeline. Yeah. Where they don't have their powers.
So I'm wondering. I assume the big thing is probably them getting back their powers.
Something like that. Yeah, they're obviously getting their powers back. Like
that's pretty inevitable. It was a comic series. Do you have any knowledge regarding that? Because I feel like
of the comic, no, I do not. This is sometimes when I really like a show that's based on a comic, I do my best not to read the comic because I don't want it spoiled for me. A show that I'm going to say we're going to talk about before we close this out. I couldn't, but. No, I've done a good job staying away from Umbrella Academy because I really like being surprised by all. That's such a good part about the show. There's so many surprises, and the plot's very unpredictable. And I didn't want to ruin it. I just really like not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, and because the dad's dead too, right? Or he died?
No, he's not dead. Remember, they show him in the tower.
Oh yeah, duh, my dumbass.
Yeah, the finale, he resets the universe where his wife doesn't die.
Yeah, that's right.
It's revealed that the plot of his plan, the only reason he got any of these kids was to
bring his wife back,
to restart the universe with his wife being back, and you basically could restart it as you want.
Yeah, so
she made the daughter made a deal with him to bring everybody back. So that she would help him if he when he reset the universe, he brought them all back.
Oh yeah. So okay.
And the final scene's him up in the tower. He's basically the same person he was, just a little more richer, I guess, because he's got a skyscraper now. But he was always mad rich.
Yeah, but like he owns a lot more.
Yeah, he owns more stuff now and things like that. But
instead of just like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be very intriguing.
Yeah, it's gonna be them versus him for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be big.
Well, yeah, it was revealed like he was always like an underlying bad guy because he was just a shitty dad.
Yeah.
But now it's revealed that I guess he's the actual bad guy for the most part.
Yeah. Okay. So and I'm glad they're gonna end at a high note. Then wow, good for them. I totally forgot.
I think if this is their final season and this is a story going to tell, I think this is basically what we were talking about before, where they're going to end it right. Yeah. Like you don't have to keep dragging your show on for 7 seasons just because people like it. Like I think people should just do spinoffs.
Yeah.
Take the character people really like and do a spinoff with them, but don't keep dragging your main storyline till we don't like it anymore.
Till it's empty. You just have to bring Walking Dead did that.
Yeah, Walking Dead did that. I feel like they could have just once Rick died, I think they should have just made a new show called like The Kingdom or something, and it'd been Ezekiel's show, and then
they did Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But I don't. It just Walking Dead. It was called Walking Dead. We're all expecting Rick and Carl, and there's no Rick and Carl. So
there's no one. There's literally no one. There's Daryl.
But we didn't really talk about this list. Like I said, I just looked up like a quick list, but Umbrella Academy was not on there, and I did not know that. I assumed.
It was I was supposed to share this with him, but I totally forgot to. But that's why I am the head honcho. Last on this list, I'm double checking right here. Like I said,
Ahsoka.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so we have 2 more. Thank you. We'll go with Ahsoka. Yeah, Ahsoka is coming late 2023. I'm actually really intrigued with that because there's definitely gonna be hella cameos. Mandalorian is definitely probably going to pop up. Luke is probably going to pop up as well. I don't know. Where's it? You know a little more about it. Where's this taking place? Is this taking place during the Mando timeline?
Yeah, I believe it's going to be the Mando timeline.
Oh, sorry. Hayden Christensen is actually making appearances in this.
In Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, so there's gonna be some flashbacks.
Is it gonna be flashbacks? Probably. Okay, that'll be cool. They did the flashbacks in Obi-Wan so well.
God,
man.
I can never.
It'll be great to see some Ahsoka flashbacks. So a little backstory: Ahsoka is a character from the Clone Wars. She is Anakin Skywalker's Padawan. She's basically a similar strength. I won't say similar strength because he's the strongest.
Yeah.
But she's a very strong Force user. Like I said, she's Anakin's Padawan. She goes to there's a show, animated TV series called Clone Wars. It's on Disney Plus. If you have not watched it, I highly recommend. The first season's a little kiddie. It is a cartoon. When they initially made it, I think they made it with kids in mind, not realizing
that's why I never watched
that
it.
They're old nerd Star Wars fans have no shame and they'll watch a cartoon too.
Yeah.
So and then after that, it really switches to more of a I won't say adult, but it's more of like a NC-17 type of thing instead of a G-rated thing.
Yeah.
Where there's a lot of lightsaber fighting, a lot of world building. It's before Mandalorian came out, I would say that Clone Wars was the best piece of content for Star Wars. I would always say that. It's better than all personally, you know what I mean? I'm sure I'll get ran up a poll. I'm OG nerd, but I like it better than any of the old movies. I like it better than the new ones, the sequel or the prequels, if you want to call them.
Oh,
yeah, and then I definitely like them way better than the actual new ones. But Clone Wars is great. Ahsoka was an amazing character. They got a great person to play her live action character. She was awesome in Mandalorian when she showed up. And it's like I said, she's just a really powerful Force user with ties to Anakin and Luke, obviously now. So it'll, like I said, it'll be many cameos. Mandalorian's her friend now, so we'll be seeing some of these.
I'm
people.
very excited because I was intrigued. Like I was gonna watch it. I was very intrigued in general. But when I was doing my research, when they announced that Hayden Christensen, they said that Hayden Christensen was gonna make some appearances, I'm like, I am so glad they're not gonna waste him after just Obi-Wan. I didn't think they were going to do that anyways, but I'm very, very excited to see him. Maybe it won't be a Darth Vader. Maybe it'll be actually him.
Yeah, I think it'll be prequels, like training with her. They went to, like, the Clone Wars is about them, like, it was like during war.
Yeah.
Like, they were doing a bunch of different battles where they were fighting the Sith all over the place. That's what Clone Wars is.
So yeah, I think Ahsoka's gonna be,
and it ends with Order 66 being executed or whatever, and stuff like that.
I'm very excited for that. Mainly because I want to see Hayden Christensen again. Yeah. It just watching the interviews and all the stuff that was regarding Obi-Wan and him, those two interacting. You could just tell how much he loved the character, and you could tell when you watched Obi-Wan. Like
it'll be interesting to see. Well, he's got some history with. Ewan McGregor and Obi-Wan, it'll be really cool to see him do some like flashback scenes with somebody like Ahsoka who like they have actual chemistry, but in the cartoon, not actually him and her. So I'm really looking forward to that. Ahsoka and Anakin were a very like iconic duo to me.
Sorry about that, little technical difficulties, but yeah, stay tuned for that series, Ahsoka, coming late 2023. Like I said, a lot of these they haven't announced it just because they're still filming. And dates can always get moved around constantly. You see it with film, so they're going to do it with TV for sure. Now, last on our list. This is at my number one spot, most anticipated show. It is part 3 of Attack on Titan.
Oh, wow. That isn't even, well, we got one more because I'm going to have one more.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Oh, okay. Excuse the shit out of me. Attack on Titan is coming spring of 2023.
Yeah, this is part 3. I'm very interested in Attack on Titan. I've actually got Tom to watch it. He's not much of an anime watcher.
No, I'm not a big anime guy.
Like I said, this is another one of the shows where this is a manga or comic, whatever you want to call it. But I just couldn't wait. They broke the final season down into 3 parts.
Oh my God, that was ridiculous.
And then there was like a 1.5 year wait between the first season, then a year wait from part 1 to part 2, and now they're making us wait 9 months from part 2 to 3. Very highly anticipated. It's more popular in like Japan and China, but it's a very good show.
It's picking up a lot around here.
I mean, anime is still popular in the United States, but you might not have heard about it. But Attack on Titan is very good. Season 1 is on Netflix. The rest of the seasons are on Hulu. I don't know why season 1's on Netflix and the rest aren't. Whatever. Rights issues, but it's on Hulu. You can watch it in sub or dub.
Yeah, I'm a big dub guy. I hate sub.
I watch them both because I don't like waiting, but I prefer the dub.
Yeah.
For this one, I do just because I was used to it. Yeah, I watched the first few. I was telling him I actually watched the first 3 seasons like in dub, and then I went for it. Yeah, or it's sub, and then I was watching in dub, and I realized that one of the characters was a boy, and I thought he was a girl because his Japanese voice, Armin. Yeah, Armin, his Japanese voice, he sounds like a girl.
Well, he is a pussy.
And Armin's like, I don't know, like that's not even a boy's name I ever knew. So
he's a pussy. Anyway,
yeah, and he's got like he looks like Hysteria too, or Historia. So it's like they have like the same haircut. It's very weird.
He's the giant. Was it? I'm horrible with the names.
Colossal Titan.
Yeah, he's a colossal Titan. He's like, I can't do it. Shut up. Just die. Like honestly, I'm glad he's a Titan.
But Attack on Titan's great.
They really don't have. They've never had filler in general. Especially maybe, but like even then, that's so subtle.
It's easy to watch. Attack on Titan is very easy to watch. It's got an unbelievable plot. Like one of the best plots you'll see in anything. Not even just for an anime. Like the oh shit moments, and
you really don't get bored. I never really got bored watching it.
It is gory.
That's why I wanted to watch it.
A lot of people might steer away from because a lot of blood, a lot of giants eating people, a lot of people getting stomped, heads chopped. But
don't worry about it.
The plot is amazing. The characters are very great.
And I know this final part. Like I just said, no filler. They are not messing around with this. There's probably going to be nonstop action. Like I said, where they ended it. Spoiler alert. Where they ended it, he's about to run over. What's the city? Marley. And clearly he's not going to stop. Clearly they just make ground.
Yeah,
so
I'll spoil that. Yeah. On Reddit, he ain't stopping.
Yeah, he is not stopping. Yeah, clearly. So they're picking up after that.
Yeah, the main character's named Eren Yeager, and his rise from beginning to end is like no other. He goes from like bottom G to top G like no other. Like
top G.
All right, Tom didn't remember this one. We actually talked about it. They haven't given a hard date, but they said it's coming soon. Invincible.
Oh shit!
That's on Amazon Prime. It's another anime cartoon. I don't know what you would call it.
I want to say anime. It's a cartoon.
Well, it makes an
animated show.
Yeah, animated show. It's based on a comic book. Superman-like character and his dad.
When is that coming out?
It's sometime in the next year. It was supposed to be like right around now.
Oh, okay. So maybe early.
So
next year?
It's probably They pushed
March,
it back
April.
And they're being real quiet.
Let's
but it was supposed
spring.
to come out around now. So I'm guessing sometime spring. And they might release 2 of the seasons back to back or very close because I know they're animating them both at the same time. But it's a very good show. It's on Amazon Prime. If you don't have Amazon Prime, I don't know what you're doing anyway.
Honestly.
That was a Bezos take me on your nest spaceship ride. Some cutting free promos, but it's really good. Probably my favorite show on there. I don't know. The Boys is pretty good.
Yeah, Boys.
But it's close to that. If you like The Boys, you will definitely like Invincible.
Is Boys coming out next year?
I don't think so. No way.
Okay, let him talk about Invincible. Then I'm gonna Google. I Google. You.
But
talk.
Invincible's great. Crazy storyline. Again, a show where I watched the first season. I found out. Well, I always knew it was a comic book. One of my close friends always recommended it to me. I was always like, whatever, buddy, and never. But once I watched the show, I downloaded the entire comic book and I probably read all 150 issues within a couple days. It's amazing. I can't wait to see them bring the rest of the comic book story to life. And like I said, highly, highly anticipated for me. Probably the thing I'm looking forward to most right now.
I'm very. I was actually intrigued. I wasn't really gonna watch it initially, and then he kind of got me into it. And they don't mess around. And Sean was saying I don't know if I was not listening to what he just said, but he said pretty much what they had tackled in season 1 was like 0.01% of the whole comic.
Oh yeah, like if you thought, if you thought the first season was anything, like if they do 20% of what the comic is, it's way more intense than what happened in the first season. And the first season was crazy.
That was
like there's
that show really doesn't have any filler.
There's no filler and there's a lot of action and shit's always happening.
But regarding The Boys, sorry to kind of not really. They said they started filming this past August.
Ooh.
So I mean, they said season 4 isn't going to be premiering anytime soon.
Yeah, probably. What is it usually like? A year of shooting.
So we'll probably see it not 2023. Maybe late.
Maybe
late. But probably when did it come out this year?
The summer, end of the summer.
It was the summer.
Yeah, okay. Maybe right at the beginning of the fall.
Okay, so maybe probably.
It was like fall, late summer,
so
early
probably
fall.
2024 more than likely if they just started shooting this August. And obviously if you saw the last season, they probably want to make sure they do it right.
All right, but those are our upcoming shows for 2023. If there's any ones we missed or any ones you think we're sleeping on, please don't hesitate to comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to like as well. If you sat through this whole thing, I don't see why you wouldn't like it. Follow us on Instagram, link somewhere on there. Follow us on TikTok. The links are everywhere.
Yeah, links are all in the description.
Watch our reels. If you're not going to watch the whole thing, make sure you check out our reels on YouTube.
They're everywhere. I put them on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, so you have zero reason to not watch it. The little highlights are right there for you. I pick the best parts because I get it. Sometimes you don't have time to watch it, and I understand. We're all busy people. So, yeah, like you said, follow us on Instagram, friendsfromwork_podcast. Link is in the description. Like and subscribe. Follow us pretty much everything he said, just repeating it to get it through your heads. So, yes. Other than that, I'm Tom. This is Sean. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.